Hey guys, quick demo of this new single-handed weapon unarmed build that I've been playing with. I'm using Gaian's Armor, which is totally crucial because fully upgraded, it increases your base punch damage to 190% of its base value. And then I have a helmet that happens to increase my punch damage, gives me a little bit of strength. And then the Bloody Preston increases your base punch damage, which is super, super important and synergizes well with the single-handed skills. Okay, for then abilities, we're going to be increasing our physical damage on our heavy attacks with attack stance. We'll work our way down to Warrior's Muscle so that we can scale directly with strength. And you can see with this build I have 73 strength, so that's pretty good. Then we move on to the real meat and potatoes, which is Gutsy. So Camfringen is super important because it increases our base punch damage, which is totally essential. Then Untidy Amputation will let us knock down enemies if we hard parry them and then hit them with a blunt leg attack. I don't use it a ton, but we work our way down to Merciless Execution, and finally, again, we're just kind of grabbing this. This only increases the single-handed weapon, not the unarmed, so we're just kind of skipping it. And then getting to Infirmus, because now we're scaling with strength on our punches again, and any attack that brings an enemy under 50% was a guaranteed knockdown. Super handy, defensively speaking. Okay, I think that's it. So what we do is we lead with the physical attack, 42, whatever, totally run-of-the-mill. And then we're hitting for like 170 on the fist. And if this brings the enemy down under 50%, it's a guaranteed knockdown, and it usually does. Merciless Execution increases weapon damage to knockdown enemies. That doesn't work on the fist, so we don't really care about it. We're not going to invest in that. Just for fun, I don't do this on the real build, but we can try Last Stand as well, Final Stand. And now our punches do over 200 damage. And as long as we're leading with a heavy attack on the weapon, then it'll do this. The standard punches do, oh, these are weak attacks, there we go, in the mid 180s. This is without armor, of course, so if we go and do this to an enemy, we can see what it's actually, especially in challenge mode where there's lots of armor. I think you're typically doing like 75% of your dummy damage to the enemies in challenge mode. But it's basically a guaranteed knockdown every single time, and there's not much that can survive being knocked down. And then, okay, so 305 HP down to 43, and he's done. Take out his friend, take out his other friend, and these guys are both done. It's pretty gross. It's the biggest damage numbers in single attacks that I've seen in any build at all, and it's consistent. It doesn't need mana. It's overkill with the under 30% Final Stand skill, but even without that, you're doing over 200 damage per combo and getting a ton of knockdown. So this is handy for defensive purposes because it makes it much, much easier to parry, and with the hard parry, you get more knockdowns. But anyway, just wanted to show you guys and see what you thought.